Hey guys, so it's Dr. Des here. We're Young, Black, and Professional. So today I wanted to just come on and talk to you guys about how I was able to land a job before I graduated college. I know that's not everybody's story, but I wanted to come and talk to you guys about how I was able to do it. What are some things that I did, some things that you guys can do right now. I mean, even if you kind of got a late start, you already graduated, it's some things that you can definitely be doing. So take a minute, like, subscribe, share this video. I want to be able to help as many people as I can on their journey, on their career journey. So first thing I did was make sure I always had my resume and cover letter on hand. I had it in my email in case I met anybody. I knew how to do it on my phone really quick. I could shoot it over to somebody really quickly. So you want to make sure that you always got that on hand, and you have went to anybody who has experience in that area to be able to help you kind of optimize your resume, make it look more professional, especially with your cover letter as well, because you always want to have at least one, I wouldn't say generic is the word, but I would say have like a master resume or a master cover letter, something on hand, just kind of summarizes everything that you've done. Now when you do get ready to apply to jobs, and I probably talked about this before, or I may have I probably will talk about it at some point, but you want to make sure that you're optimizing your resume and utilizing keywords that are in the job description. But always you should have a master resume, something that just showcases everything that you have to offer, and for each job that you apply to, you want to tweak it. However, I made sure I always had that master resume. I always had a cover letter just on hand whenever somebody may need it. The next thing that I did was I made sure I was involved. So I was involved on leadership committees while I was in grad school. While I was in undergrad too, I was involved in organizations. Now, not just any organizations, but organizations where I could actually host events, plan events. I could do different things. I could really showcase my skills in a certain area. Although I didn't know at the time that that's what I was doing, I just kind of was like, oh, you know, this is health related organization, so this should be fun. This is what I should do. But in turn, it really gave me so much experience, so many things to talk about in my interview. So like, for instance, I was in a healthcare sorority, Kappa Psi Psi healthcare sorority, while I was in undergrad. And with that, we were able to partner with a lot of organizations on campus to host health events. So we hosted not only health fairs, but health seminars. I remember one time I did a seminar on marijuana and why you should, and not why you should smoke marijuana, but just if there are any benefits, you know, what's wrong with it. We had a huge turnout to that one. Everybody wanted to know about that one, but I was able to get some pharmacists to come and talk to students about marijuana, about the different effects of it and things like that, and we were able to really make it fun and interactive. So things like that is experience. I mean, even though it was fun while you were doing it, you're partnering with all these different organizations doing these different things. It's something that's fun, and it's something that showcases your abilities and your talents. So those are things you want to be able to talk about in interviews. So next, the major thing I would consider is of what I did internships. So, and some of them were unpaid internships. One of my internships actually led to my full-time career position, starting out career in my field position. So that internship, basically I was only there for about, I would say about 6-7 weeks. So even though I was only there for a short amount of time, I was able to get my work done quickly, because sometimes in internships, they may just kind of stick you in a room sometimes and you're just doing whatever. So I made sure I was efficient at getting my work done. I didn't just drag out my time. So when I got my work done, I was able to talk with other people in the office. I was able to kind of see what they had going on, what they were doing. And in that, I ended up meeting the person who would be my supervisor. Didn't know that at the time, but I ended up talking with her a lot, and she was actually over a team in the area, and she gave me a lot of insight. So I didn't end up actually getting a job until like maybe like 6-7 months after my internship ended. But I did that earlier on in grad school. And then, you know, I always made sure I followed up with her. her, the person that I met. I made sure I followed up with her because she seemed like, she was over hiring people, and she, had say so on who was on her team. So I wanted to, of course, keep up with her. So one of the things that I did was I made sure I emailed her like every month or so. I would just email her and say, hey, how you doing? Thank you so much for, being a great mentor to me, being a great source of information. Maybe ask her questions about the field. If I had a class project that was related to chronic disease prevention, ask her a question or anything. And then I remember the specific email I asked, it was towards the end of the year, a semester before I was about to graduate, and I was like, hey, just wanted to check in with you and see if you had any position openings, anything that was going on. She then forwarded me a position opening. And so I was like, oh, wow, okay. So I can remember just sitting up that night like, oh gosh, okay, I gotta apply for this. I'm gonna apply for this job. So as soon as she sent it, I was like, that night I applied for it. Make sure if somebody sends you a job opportunity, you apply for it when they send it to you. You don't wait a week, wait 2 weeks. No, you apply for it right then and there. And that's why you always need to have your resume on hand, just ready to go whenever the opportunity may present itself, because you never know when that opportunity may present itself. So apply for that position. I ended up getting that position. That was a full-time position, and I started like probably like about 3-4 months before I graduated. I was able to start that position, and they were able to work with my school schedule and the different things that I was doing. But that was really that entry-level job into my career field. It was decent money at the time, and I was able to learn so much. It was a job as a heart disease program manager, and I was just able to really soak it up and learn from that experience, that opportunity. But just kind of, taking a step back, thinking about some of the things I just said, like, I made sure I kept my resume up to date, cover letter on hand. And at the time I was working too. I forgot to mention I was working as a medical assistant. Now my career field is in public health, so by the time I was in grad school, I was working on my master's in public health. I had thought about going to med school. I didn't really know what I wanted to do at the time, but ended up getting my master's in public health and ended up loving it and wanting to transition into that career. Now with me working as a medical assistant, I was definitely able to leverage that experience on my resume as kind of public health experience, because I interacted with people. I interacted with the public. I talked about their health. I talked about problems. So just kind of thinking about, if you are in a position like, before I was doing that, like I was working at a car dealership doing internet sales, so I was still interacting with people. I got those interpersonal skills. Those soft skills are just as important as the hard skills. So you want to make sure you have teamwork abilities. You're able to work with a team. You're able to have interpersonal conversations, have relationships with people. You're able to, do tasks like that. And while I was working at a call center for the car dealership, I was, interacting with customers on a day-to-day basis. One of the things that the Florida Department of Health, they value customer service. So when people call in, the general population is the public. That's the customers. We want to make the general population happy. We want to provide you guys information and things like that. So that was something that was, it connected. And you just never know, whatever positions that you're in, it can most certainly connect in different ways. So what I want you guys to make sure you do, just from this video, from the things that I did, the lessons that I've learned, like I said, I always have your resume and cover letter on hand, ready to go. Whether you're at a networking event or not, whether it's just, in your email or on the OneDrive online or something, and you can just shoot over an email real quick, because you never know who you're going to meet and where you're going to meet them. The major thing I would say, take away from that, is make sure you keep up with these people that you meet. So while you're volunteering, while you're interning, while you're, at an event or a conference or just listening to someone speak, make sure you are networking with them. Make sure you talk with them. Add them on LinkedIn. I did a whole video about how to network on LinkedIn. Look at it, check it out. But make sure that you are, engaging with these people, and it's not just the hey bye. They're not gonna remember you if you just hey bye. You want to make sure that at least, like, and you don't have to be excessive with it, at least like once a month, once every 2 months or so, you reach out to them. Hey, I seen you speak at such and such event. You know, I just wanted to follow up with you. I had a few questions I wanted to ask you, or, you know, just wanted to say hello. You know, honestly, ask if they have any opportunities available, if they know of any available. One of the things that I'm big on is informational interviews. Make sure that you are asking for informational interviews about different things that they may have going on. But these are all different, like, simple things that you can do to land a position, land a job. But it's definitely how I got my foot in the door and started out in my career in public health. Now, a few jobs later, you know, I'm working on the federal level right now. And it's definitely, this was most certainly one of my goals when I started my master's program, to get to this level that I'm at now. And I've been able to get there through a lot of different ways, whether it be networking, making sure my resume and cover letter are ATS compatible, and just a lot of different things that I want to give you guys the tips and tools to be able to utilize and just succeed with. So I hope you guys are able to get something out of that. I just wanted to have this video where I talk to you guys and let you know about just a little bit about me and just how I got involved into public health and how I landed my first kind of career starting job, because I've had plenty of jobs before my career starting one. It's a medical assistant, car dealership. I even was like a Coca-Cola cheerleader at a football game one time, but story for another day. So I just want to thank you guys for tuning in. Also, career counseling is available. It is on our website, and we have our 6 easy ways to land a job webinar, free webinar, available now. It will be on October 12th, Monday, this coming Monday, October 12th. So please make sure you sign up, register so you can have a seat in there. So I'll just be doing a live webinar, and we'll have a time for question and answer at the end. So please bring your questions for me. I want to answer them as best as I can. And I want to give you guys some more tips and definitely some actionable things you can do to land that job right after you graduate, or if you've already graduated, you know, to do now to revamp your resume, revamp your cover letter to land a job. So looking forward to talking with you guys on Monday, October 12th. Sign up for the webinar. The link will be down below. The link is on our website, on our Facebook, on our Instagram. Sign up, and I'll see you there. All right, y'all. Bye. Don't forget to follow us. Have a good day.